this was really when Rinpoche first came to the States, and he was still trying to really understand where people's minds were and what was the best way to present the Dharma. And so particularly, these were teachings that Rinpoche gave on how to listen to, contemplate, and meditate upon the Dharma. And basically, the way I remember Rinpoche presenting it was, you have to listen to an ocean of teachings. So, a vast amount of information, which then if you think about trying to bring that into the experience of meditation, just organically, is quite difficult. And in fact, I think that is something that happens when we engage in a lot of teachings and then sort of don't spend the time trying to digest them, is our meditation becomes very separate from the teachings that we've heard. And so here, the role of contemplation is sort of to bring together the more formal study that we've done. So whether that be receiving teachings, I know anyone who's a student of Anya Rinpoche's has received a lot of teachings because Rinpoche has a lot of knowledge. And he really believes in this phrase, an ocean of teachings, that we have to hear things over and over and over again in order to start really connecting with them and making sense of them. And especially in the secret Mantrayana tradition, there's a style of teaching called waves in the ocean, where you present one thing and then you present it again and again and again, because the idea is that you don't really understand something from hearing it just once. You understand something from hearing it a lot of different times, and perhaps even from different authors, different presentations. And slowly, maybe this year you heard a teaching and you had one impression of it. And my experience has always been, I hear Rinpoche teach on the same topics to different audiences and at different times. And I feel like I understand a new depth of the teaching every time I hear it. So every time I hear a teaching, I realize something that I hadn't really heard or understood before. And, that's kind of Rinpoche's approach. That was our Root Lama's approach. It's called the approach of ripening through teaching and through giving instructions. And so slowly, as we hear things, we begin to mature. But then again, kind of what has happened as Dharma got brought to the West, I think, is that this step of contemplation has kind of gotten lost. A lot of times because I don't think that we know how to do it or how to engage that way. And also, I think some of it has to do with our educational training, where we're told how to do something or we're shown how to do something, and then we feel very empowered to go and do it. And so this is a very different kind of cultural mindset than you find in Asia, where there's a lot of emphasis put on sort of replicating exactly the way that the teacher is doing it, and going slow, moving slow,